Hey guys, my name is Lily and today I have a couple of news for you which is really interesting. Coming from America, Trump wants to break free Austria and a couple of other countries from the European Union. Secret document. Make Europe great again. Our goal should be to help Europe correct its current course. It's problematic that numerous governments of the European countries are trampling on fundamental principles of democracy in order to suppress the opposition. Other risks cited include demographic decline, transnational regulations and the loss of national identities. The Americans intend to shift their diplomatic focus to select EU countries with similar political leanings. Austria, Hungary and Italy and Poland are apparently mentioned. The US aims to increase its influence in these countries in order to wean them from the European Union. So these are Trump's plans for Austria, but now also the Chancellor was reacting to this statement. Here they are saying that the Austrian Federal Chancellery has taken note of the new US security strategy, but strongly rejects any attempt to interfere in domestic affairs. A spokesperson for the Chancellor emphasized that this will not be tolerated under any circumstances. Austria is a sovereign state and decides its own policies based solely on the will of Austrian people. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. It should be based on the will of Austrian people. A lot of people like to be in the European Union still, but also there are a whole lot of people who don't trust the European Union anymore, and a lot of Austrians would like Austria to exit the European Union. But until now, we haven't had any referendum, like for example the British people had. The British people had a referendum and they voted for Brexit, but here in Austria we did not have a referendum. So here, for example, they've made a survey, and in this survey they are saying that of those 1,000 people that have participated, they are saying that 70% want to stay inside of the European Union. But this is just a survey with 1,000 people, and a survey doesn't mean a lot. I think the Austrian people should have the right to vote in a referendum, and if they say yes, we want to leave the European Union, then we should be allowed to leave. And if they say no, we want to stay with the European Union, then we should stay with the European Union, because the will of the people should decide, right? But politicians don't have to hold a referendum, and this is the situation right now. And now we're stuck and we cannot vote. So this is it. Okay, before we continue with the news, I would like to show you a small, really cool knife sharpening tool by the company Odenwolf. Odenwolf is one of my sponsors, and I am participating in their affiliate programs. So if you want to support my channel, it would be great if you purchase products from Odenwolf from my affiliate link, which you can find in the description below. And I have to take up sponsors because actually my channel is shadow banned by YouTube. My videos are not getting sent out to my subscribers. A lot of my subscribers are getting unsubscribed without their knowledge. Also, my channel is capped, so I can only make a certain amount of views each month. So because of this situation with YouTube, I'm really happy that I have Odenwolf as a sponsor, because it's a great company with great quality products for a really good price. And this is one of their small knife sharpening tools with different kinds of options: carbide sharpener, ceramic sharpeners. Here there's also a small sharpener that you can take out of this tool. So I always keep this inside of my car in case I have to sharpen some kind of blade. Don't forget to use my discount code Lily10, because then you will get 10% off, which will make the price even better. So really cool product, and every purchase supports the channel. Okay, so now let's move on to Germany. In Germany, they have massive problems. According to an economist's calculation, social security contributions are likely to rise even more sharply than expected. New calculations by an economic show that the tax burden for employees is likely to rise significantly more by 2050 than previously thought. The reason is the rapidly shrinking working age population in Germany. They have a lot of pensioners, just like we do in Austria. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to finance the pensioners. Also, interestingly, Peter Thiel has made a comment about Germany. He was saying that Germany should be alarmed because the youth is tending towards socialism, and he's saying that has to do with the fact that the system is not functioning anymore, and especially because the youth has no chance of purchasing their own homes, flats, houses, because it's so expensive. So because they cannot participate in capitalism, you will get frustrated, and then you will become socialist and decide to be against capitalism. And this is a great danger for Germany. So this is coming from Peter Thiel. Yeah, and because of the high taxes, rent and inflation, more and more Germans want to emigrate and are actually emigrating. And experts are warning of consequences for economy and social systems. Also in Germany, the deindustrialization is progressing. Germany's industry is in a crisis. More than 124,000 jobs have been lost in 1 year. The wave of company closures continues. Here there's another statistics. There were 24,000 company bankruptcies in Germany. Here they're even thinking about canceling holidays of the workers to reduce labor costs. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, this is so crazy. And also, in Austria we have the same problem. A lot of companies are closing. And here I read an article that a company is closing. It's a timber construction company which has gone bankrupt after existing 160 years. So it's a traditional company which has existed for 160 years. It has survived the First World War, the Second World War, but now it has gone bankrupt because of the situation that we have here in Europe. Back to Austria. Poor prospects, record national debt, austerity measures will become much harsher. The Fiscal Council is sounding the alarm. The government's target of reducing the budget deficit to below 3% of the GDP by 2028 will be clearly missed unless measures are taken quickly. The Fiscal Council continues to project a budget deficit of 4.4% of the gross domestic product. Oh my god. Yeah. At the same time, the government is increasing the taxes, and actually they have more taxes than ever as an income, but still they are producing too many debts. Because of this situation, we have an inflation of about 4% in Austria right now, and here they are saying they made a new study about cookie inflation. So if you want to make your own cookies right now, the ingredients for cookies cost now twice as much as in 2019. So that's 100% inflation in 6 years. Also, on the European level, the European Union is planning interventions in a federal state law regarding wind turbines. Once again, Brussels, under Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, wants to encroach further on national law. In Austria, however, opinions on wind farms are already divided. The European Grids Package proposal presented by the European Commission on Wednesday is quite something. What is being sold as reducing bureaucracy and accelerating the expansion of renewable energies is not entirely true. Rather, it is about disempowering nation states and their federal states in order to somehow still achieve the EU targets. In Austria, in 2023, about 20,000 people were homeless and officially registered as homeless or without a fixed address, but the number is growing, and we are having more homeless people now, which was never a thing in Austria. We have homeless shelters for women and for men, so you can be in one of those shelters every day. You don't have to stay out in the streets. But now homelessness is getting a thing, even in Austria. Also, the fuel prices are skyrocketing in Austria again. And of course, because the winter is so cold, the natural gas consumption is exploding. We have a 22% increase in October. So yeah, this is a small update of the situation in Europe, and it doesn't seem to get any better anytime soon. I think it will stay like this in a downward spiral for many years. It will become very hard to survive in Europe unless you make a really good salary. Yeah. Also, I know a lot of people, they are selling their houses, moving into smaller flats, downsizing their life, cutting costs, you know. So it's not easy. It's really not easy. So thank you for watching, guys. And at the end of the video, I just want to remind you that if you want to support my channel, check out the company Oldenwolf using my affiliate link. And they have really awesome products and knives, high quality, and they come for a really good price. Alright guys, so this is it for today. Thank you for watching and stay tuned till next time.